an eternal regret, and a haunting moment a prince will never forget. Here's everything you need to know about the phone call that Prince Harry will regret forever. Prince Harry's connection with his mother, Princess Diana, was very different from the relationship his brother William shared with the late royal. This is likely because Harry is younger than William and shares many of their late mother's personality traits. Diana's death still heavily impacts both of the princes, and Harry has made the loss of his mother the cornerstone of much of his decision-making. During an interview in the Apple TV Plus series The Me You Can't See, the prince opened up about the reason he and his wife Meghan Markle ultimately opted to depart England. Harry explained that, due to the overwhelming media attention they had received, he was terrified that his wife's fate would be similar to his mother's. The Duke of Sussex recalled when Meghan was at her lowest, admitting, "The scariest thing for her was her clarity of thought. She hadn't lost it, she wasn't crazy, she wasn't self-medicating, be it through pills or through alcohol. She was absolutely sober." In fact, the only thing that stopped the former Suits actor from doing something drastic was the knowledge that her husband would be left to raise their son Archie alone. Rather than continuing to obsess over the media's unsavory treatment of them, Harry opted to focus on his family by removing them from the situation, and that meant leaving England. Elsewhere in his Apple TV Plus series, Harry argued that there was still a stigma associated with openly discussing mental health struggles in the royal family, and similarly, when he looks back on his mother's final days, Harry wishes he could have done more.
To make that decision to receive help is not a sign of weakness.
Princess Diana's final days are often the focus of much discussion, and some particularly heartbreaking details have been revealed. One of the saddest facts might be the revelation that her young son, Prince Harry, could have had more time with his mother if only he could have known what was about to happen. In the 2017 documentary, Diana, Our Mother, Her Life and Legacy, Harry recalled his final conversation with the beloved princess. Then just 12 years old, the youngster was more interested in hurrying up their phone call so he could continue playing. Understandably, that final conversation has haunted the prince ever since, with Harry revealing, "If I'd known that was the last time I was going to speak to my mother, the things I would have said to her, how differently that conversation would have panned out had I had even the slightest inkling that her life was going to be taken that night."
Regretting for the rest of my life how short the phone call was.
Diana's final phone call before she died was with Richard Kay, a royal expert who remains a staunch defender of the princess to this day. Kay discussed their conversation in the 2021 TV documentary Diana, revealing that the princess was excited to return home to sons William and Harry. Kay explained, "She was desperate to try and make a fresh start and do something different." Meghan and Harry's tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey was considered controversial by many. However, some believe that Princess Diana would fully agree with the couple's decision to speak out about their negative experience in the royal family. Royal expert OMID SCOBIE told E! News, "If there's one thing Diana stood for, it was telling your truth and having a voice, and making sure others have a voice. I think to see her son find his voice and be unafraid to use it when really everything is at stake, I imagine she would be incredibly proud." Moreover, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, confirmed that Diana would have approved of both of her sons' wives, telling people, "If she were sitting with me right now, I know she would say, 'I am so proud of both of my boys and the wonderful wives they have chosen, because each has got her own voice.'" Meanwhile, the Duke of Sussex hopes to pay tribute to his late mother in every aspect of his life, telling people, "I certainly hope and believe everything I do makes her proud. I am my mother's son." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about the royal family are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.